guys, so welcome to the channel or welcome back to the channel. This is a video I wanted to film for a while, and now that Anna is past the baby stage and on to her toddler stage, now that we're past the first year, I thought it would be a good time to kind of take my inventory and do this video. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about all of the products that helped us survive the first year with our daughter. So the things that I would recommend people really get when they're having a baby, and the things that really helped us and made our lives easier as new and first-time parents. And I'm going to be showing some of the products. I am going to be looking at my phone a little bit because some of them are either things that I don't have anymore because she's no longer a newborn and it's something that's a newborn thing, or things that I just want to discuss that I don't physically have with me, but I do have some of the products that I'll show you, and I will link everything in the description, as well as I will insert pictures if I can. And this video is not monetized, so these are just things that I liked and that helped us, and I'll be discussing. First thing I'm going to recommend, and this is for like people who are really organized, who want to like be organized as first-time parents, or people that are kind of struggling to get on a schedule with their newborn. This really helped us. It's actually an app. It's called Love Parent, and I will link it in the description box, and I will put a picture if I can of like what the app looks like. But basically that app, I really love it. It has a free version and a paid version, and I'll talk about both. And the paid version is not too bad either. So basically what it is a way to keep track of everything going on with your newborn. So it keeps track of feeds for you, it keeps track of breastfeeding, it keeps track of like diaper changes. You can put everything in there. It's up to you. You have to log it, but it's for a way for you to track. And then the free version just lets you track, I think, up to like a month. And then if you pay for it, you can literally get your child's entire like history. And for us, it really helped us in the beginning. We used it very, very often, like clockwork, when she was a newborn and we were first establishing how to take care of her and all her needs and breastfeeding and kind of get on a schedule. It really helped us to kind of track everything and make sure that she was on the right track as far as what our pediatrician was saying health-wise, like eating enough, peeing enough, pooping enough. You know, you don't always remember, especially when you have a newborn and you're sleep deprived and everything. So this helped us like go back and actually track and kind of get on a schedule, get on a routine. And I just really, really like the way the app is set up. And then we kind of used it up until she was about, from like 0 to 3 months, we used it religiously. And then from like 3 months to 6 months, we used it just to track certain things. Like if she was sick and we were trying to track things, we'd log it. Or if we were trying to track like a transition, we'd start logging it. And then after 6 months, we didn't really use it because we kind of got on our own thing and got the hang of it more. But it definitely helped in the beginning, and I would recommend it if you want something like that, or like things like that, or need to kind of use something like that. I'm gonna recommend one other app. The CDC has a Milestone baby app. Obviously, if you have any questions about your child's health, or your child's development, always take them to the pediatrician, ask your pediatrician, you know, have a conversation with them and listen to what their recommendation is. But as parents, sometimes, especially first-time parents, we just like to know what the norm is, or we like to track things, or we want to know when something might be off, and we don't know because we're first-time parents. So the reason I like this app, the CDC, let me see if I still have it on my phone, because it actually goes all the way up to 5 years old. It's called Milestone, and you can log your child. So you see it has Anna in there, and it has that she's at 15 months. So, or 13 months, sorry. It has Anna in there, and it has that she's at 13 months. So you can add your child in there, and if you have multiple children, you can actually have all of them in there. And then it goes like, it'll tell you 2 months, 3 months. I don't know if you guys can see, but it will track. So it will tell you when a milestone visit is coming up, and it will basically, like if I click 2 months, like a 2-month-old, if I click that 2-month-old button, then I get all my milestones. And the reason I like it is because it divides it. I don't know if you guys can see, but it divides it, guys. It doesn't just hit you with all these milestones. So you can Google if you feel like your child might not be meeting a milestone correctly or at the right time. Of course, you can Google it, and like I said, and take your pediatrician's advice, let them know your concern. But Google isn't tailored to your child, and it doesn't break down what the milestones are for those months. And so sometimes we don't even know that our child should be doing something, and so we don't Google it or we don't ask the doctor because we don't know. This one alerts you each time, like, hey, your child's about to turn 2 months, they should be hitting milestones. And then you can log on and it divides it between social milestones, language, cognitive, and movement. And it will tell you each milestone, and you have to click off yes or no if your child's meeting them. And it will tell you based on your own assessment whether or not you should talk to your doctor. Obviously, go with your intuition and always talk to your doctor, but the app also tells you based on what the CDC recommendations are, if it feels after you've taken the little quiz, if you need to talk to the doctor. So I'll give you an example. If I click the little 2-month button and I had a 2-month-old baby when Anna was 2 months, this was her checklist actually. The social one says that she should be reacting to loud noises. And I clicked yes, she is. So it tells me, okay, good. If your baby's doing that, then they're on track. But if I were to click no, it would prompt me to contact my pediatrician. I just liked it to keep track of what she should be doing and to kind of see where she was at. So that's, if you guys, like I said, this is all advice and take it or leave it. So like, if you guys want something like that, or if you're trying to track your child's milestones, if you just want to track them as a first-time parent, if you want to track them to kind of keep notes for the doctor, or if something's going on and you really want to track and see what's really going on with your child, that's my #1 app. I've tried a few of them, and that's the #1 one that I would use, that I really like. And then let's get into some more of the products. So for like baby stuff, the first product that I'm going to recommend is not really for, I mean, it's for the baby drinks breast milk, but it's for the mom. It's the HAAKAA, guys. I know like the HAAKAA gets really good reviews. Everyone talks about it, but you might not know what it is. I heard about it when I was pregnant, but I really didn't know what it was or why people were so like, oh my God, get a HAAKAA. And it's because normal manual pumps and things like that, if you're pumping and breastfeeding, they don't always get out all the milk, and the HAAKAA kind of gets out the extra milk. And the beauty of the HAAKAA is that it is not electric. It's so simple and easy to use. But one of the good things is it gets out your extra milk, because what you can do is what it was kind of designed for. You breastfeed your baby on one breast and you hook up the HAAKAA to the other. So if you don't know, if you've never breastfed and you didn't really think about it, because I never really thought about it, when your baby's breastfeeding on one side, the other side is still producing milk, but nobody's suckling it. And so that side of milk is kind of going to waste on that feed. But with the HAAKAA, your baby can breastfeed on one side, get all their milk and nutrition, and you can hook up the HAAKAA on your other breast and collect milk, and then you're getting kind of double the milk. And it especially helped me, or someone like me who didn't produce enough milk and had to supplement with formula. I probably would have had to supplement with more formula if I didn't use a HAAKAA. And it's so easy, guys. You just pop it like this, and then you kind of put the middle center to your nipple, you squeeze it, and then it latches to your nipple. So once it gets onto your nipple, it'll just go like this, and it'll suction, and it'll suck down all that milk within about 10, you do like a full session, 10 to 15 minutes, or however long your baby's breastfeeding, you can leave it on there. All this is the plain base one. They sell fancier ones, guys, but I just got this as like a, you know, something to kind of assist me with breastfeeding. So I got the simple one. This is like simple, and it's also cheaper than getting some fancier type of pump. This is only like $15 on Amazon. And then they also sell, which is my next must-have, which is they sell some like accessories to make your HAAKAA experience more comfortable and things like that. And this is the one I bought. They sell these chains, HAAKAA chains. And the reason I bought it was because as Anna got bigger and more curious and more mobile and was still breastfeeding, I would try to attach the HAAKAA to my other breast, and I would be breastfeeding her on one side and hooking the HAAKAA up to the other, and I'd be getting good milk. And then sometimes, whether in her sleep or just playfully as a baby, she would kick. As she was breastfeeding, she would just like kick around, and because I had the HAAKAA hooked up, she would kick it, and sometimes it would come off of my breast and the milk would spill, and there goes all the hard work. But they actually sell a safety for that. So they sell these HAAKAA chains for that exact reason. So if you're gonna get a HAAKAA, I recommend getting this too. So the HAAKAA chain is on their website, it's in accessories, and it's so simple. You just put the silicone band around it. It comes with two, if you could see the two holes, so you can make it longer or shorter depending on what you want. So you put it at whatever height you want. I'll just show you guys how to use it real quick. You put it at whatever height you want. and you can pull the beads through for however long or short. So let's say I wanted it there. I just hook it up like that, put it around your neck like a necklace. It is essentially a necklace, right? So let's make it a little bit shorter just because of where my breasts are. And then you're going to just hook up your HAAKAA like normal. So you would flip it back and hook it to your nipple like that. And then when it hooks, the way the necklace is designed, it literally keeps it in place. It makes it wearable as well. So even if your baby's not on you and you're just using the HAAKAA by itself, this makes it wearable. You can walk around the house, do chores, whatever. And if your baby is on you, when they kick you, even if it moves, because of the way the HAAKAA is designed, it'll just swing, but it won't spill. And then you can just plop it back on if your baby kicks it off. But it won't spill the milk and it won't make it drop. It will just kind of dangle. And also, most importantly, like I said, it makes it portable and wearable, and it's just great. And this is like what I would use if I was going out too, because it was easier than carrying a big pump. So that's all the reasons I love the HAAKAA and all of their kind of accessories. So that was my third one. Another product that I really love that I would say I would get anybody, but I don't have them anymore because she's not a newborn and I'm not breastfeeding, so I don't have any to show you, but I can insert a picture and I'll link all of these, so I'll link this one as well. But they're the MEDLA breastfeeding and bottle wipes. And the reason why those were a lifesaver and a game changer for me was because when I was breastfeeding, I ran into a problem as a first-time mom and nobody had a solution. When I was breastfeeding, whenever we had to go in public and I had to breastfeed or pump, you know, you have to keep your pump parts and your breastfeeding and your breast milk and all of that stuff. You should keep it very, very sanitized. It can get contaminated very easily. Obviously, it's milk, it's human milk, and you want to keep your any pump that you're using, or if you're using a HAAKAA, whatever you're using, you want to keep it very, very clean. And so there are like tips to kind of do this, but I really wanted to be able to wash out my HAAKAA. I would use my HAAKAA on the go, but I want to wash it out. And if we were somewhere where they didn't have a public bathroom or they didn't have somewhere safe to wash it out, I didn't really want to leave the HAAKAA uncleaned, especially if we were going to be out for a long period of time where I was going to have to pump again. I don't want to pump with a dirty pump. I want to pump with a clean pump. So the MEDLA wipes are safe to use on breastfeeding, on breast pumps, on HAAKAAs, on anything that your baby's going to breastfeed out of, and bottles. And they also double as children's surface wipes, but they are safe to use on breast pumps and breast pump accessories like the HAAKAA. And basically what you do, I don't have them anymore, but I'll insert a picture, but they come on, you can get them on Amazon. You can get like a 90 count or a 30 count, and they are safe to use. They come in individually packaged like wipe containers, so you can carry as many as you need. Like you could take 2 or 3 with you for the day, and each time you pump, so let's say I was outside and I did a pump session, you would take your HAAKAA off, or your pump, whatever you're using, pour the milk out, put your milk in a, you know, your breastfeeding like cooler bag or whatever, keep it safe, keep it cool. And then your HAAKAA's dirty, right? These MEDLA wipes, you just wipe it out, clean up all that milk, and leave it to dry for 10 minutes, and it's safe to use again without water. So it's a way to clean your pumps without water. So it's specifically for like on the go cleaning your breastfeeding tools. But it was a game changer, guys. So if you need something to clean your breast pumps on the go and you're like, oh my God, there might not be a bathroom here, water, whatever, you get some MEDLA safe breast pump and bottle wipes. They are definitely, they were like something I used all the time, and that's why I don't even have one left from when she was a baby, right, to show you guys. But they're in a yellow package. Is the Mama Frida Nipple Care Kit, and that comes with 2 things. It comes with a sea salt solution for your nipples that helps you heal from any cracked and chapped nipples, and then it comes with like a little nipple cream that helps with also chapping and just keeping your nipple healthy when breastfeeding. And that cream that it comes with is safe for the baby, so you don't have to wipe it off between feeds. You can just put it on and leave it on, and it definitely soothes your nipple. And the reason I recommend theirs over others is, number one, I used Mama's Earth's one, and there was nothing wrong with it. If you guys want to use that one, it is safe for the baby as well. You don't have to wipe it off, and honestly there was nothing wrong with it, but I think I was allergic to an ingredient because it would make my nipples itch, so I stopped using that one. And then I bought another one that I don't even remember the name, that was supposed to be natural, but it might have been natural as far as the ingredients, but it didn't work. It didn't heal my nipples. They were still chapping. And then when I bought the Mama Frida one, which is also natural, it's just sea salt and stuff, the sea salt saline, which is something that it came with that was different than the others, it healed your nipples so fast. And then the liquid one just kept it like moist, but that was totally natural, and that one healed my nipples like, oh, it would heal your nipples like overnight. And when you're breastfeeding, your nipples get chapped and you don't have time to heal because you're still breastfeeding. So the fact that it worked so quickly and was baby safe and baby friendly was great for me. So that's the one I would recommend over the others, and that's why. And I will insert a picture because I don't have it anymore anywhere, and they were amazing, and I'll tell you why. So these are the bottles we use with Anna. So there's a newborn size that's like smaller, but we don't have it anymore. But this is the size she uses now because she still prefers her milk in a bottle, even though she's using a cup. She is using a cup at this point, guys, but she prefers water in a cup, and she still prefers her milk in a bottle. I'm trying to get her off the bottle completely, but we're not there yet. But anyway, these are the bottles. They're called Ola bottles, and the reason I like these better, these are my favorite bottles, and we did try other bottles, but the reason I got these was because they are breastfeeding bottles, you guys. So when I found out that I wasn't going to be able to solely breastfeed and that we were going to have to give formula and breast milk, my only worry, I didn't care. I was like, well, I'm still getting the experience of the breastfeeding, and Anna's still getting some of my breast milk and the benefits of that, so I don't really care that I have to supplement with formula. But I was so worried that she was going to become bottle dependent and not want my nipple anymore, because that happens. Like I think it's called like nipple confusion. So when you sometimes not all babies, but sometimes when you introduce a bottle too early when you're breastfeeding, the baby starts to prefer the bottle nipple over your nipple, and they get confused and they won't take the nipple anymore. And it's kind of like why people have to stop breastfeeding when they introduce a bottle. But these guys are breastfeeding bottles, so the nipple simulates a human nipple. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference. It kind of looks like a boob. It looks like an actual breast. It looks like it kind of looks like a breast, right? So it looks like a breast, and it's supposed to reduce nipple confusion. And honestly, guys, I'm not sure if it was just Anna or if it was definitely these bottles, but she never had nipple confusion. She was able to breastfeed on me and take any breast milk that I pumped into a bottle, as well as the formula. So I was able to still have the whole not producing enough milk issue, and still able to breastfeed what I did have on my breast, and still able to have that bond, and still able to use the bottle. And she had no breastfeeding confusion. And also, I just like these bottles. They're very easy to grip. They are very easy to clean. They're all silicone based, and I just like the quality of them. I will link them as well, but these are definitely my top. We use the Advent bottles. I do like the Advent bottles, but they don't have breastfeeding friendly ones. So we started kind of using these more when we started doing breast milk and formula. And the other bottles that I use, I'm not going to name because, like I said, this video is not monetized. I don't want to this is not supposed to be like a negative review video. This is like stuff I loved. So there was another company that we used that we didn't like, but these were definitely my number one, and I don't see a lot of people using them, and I don't see a lot of people talking about breastfeeding friendly bottles. A butt spatula, you guys. So I don't know if you guys know what this is as a first time parent, but when you have to put diaper cream on your newborn or your baby, even I use this now, even with Anna, if I have to put diaper cream on her. So I use this all throughout, newborn, now, still using it. If you have to put diaper rash cream, it can get messy and you're putting on your finger. It's not the most sanitary thing. This saves you, and it just kind of gets it all in the crevices without you having to get in the crevices. Get yourself a spatula. That's all I'm saying. And they sell them everywhere, but you can get them on Amazon as well. And then, guys, a sun hat. And I put the sun hat for like newborn. She still wears a sun hat and it's still important. But I'm going to tell you why I didn't know that in the newborn stage, or in the less than 6 months, I'm going to say stage, the summer hat was actually more important than I even knew. That it's not safe to put sunscreen on a baby that is less than 6 months old. and that there is no baby safe sunscreen for less than 6 months old. They don't recommend it. I'm sure some people use sunscreen on their babies that are less than 6 months old, and that's your prerogative. But when I asked our pediatrician, because we did buy we bought a Baby Ganix sunscreen not knowing, and then we read it said 6 month plus, and we're like, oh my god, we bought the wrong one, and we thought there was a newborn one, and we looked and we couldn't find any. And we went to our pediatrician. We were like, hey, we're looking for a baby safe, you know, non-toxic sunscreen, like a plant-based sunscreen, but this one says 6 months plus, can we use it? And he was like, no. And we're like, okay, well, is there a sunscreen that we can use? And she was like, no, you're not really supposed to use sunscreen for under 6 months old. We recommend just keeping them safe from the sun, like with clothing and Sunhat. So that's why Sunhat is so important for under 6 months old. She still wears it, and even over 6 months old, she still wears it. 1 year old, she still wears it. But now we put sunscreen. So if she doesn't wear her hat, or if it's not as hot, the sunscreen is also protecting her. But under 6 months old, she couldn't wear the sunscreen. So this was one of her main protections, along with our stroller had a sunscreen on it. But when she was actually out and about, the Sunhat was a lifesaver because she couldn't wear sunscreen, guys. So just, that's something to keep in mind if you're having a baby who's gonna be less than 6 months old in the spring or summer seasons when it's gonna be warm enough for that. Guys, and my next one, some people say this is a novelty, but I'll tell you why I'm putting it on my, the products that saved us in the first year. It's a portable sound machine, our little owl. And it's a portable sound machine. We use it so much, the batteries are dead, so I can't even show you the sounds. But it has lullabies, and it has baby meditation music, basically. And it does have different volumes. So you can put it really, really low, or it does go, like, not really high, but, like, medium. And the reason I say this sound machine saved us and why I put it on a must-have is because, one, it's portable, guys. So my thing is, save your money. Don't buy a they have like big baby sound machines. If you really want a baby sound machine for your nursery or to calm your baby, or if your baby really likes them, I wouldn't spend my money on a sound machine that's like not portable with those big ones, because one, they're taking space in your nursery, and two, there's this one. This is portable, guys. So when we're home, I put it on Anna's windowsill, or when she used to sleep in our room, I put it on our windowsill. But also, it's portable. So when we traveled, it was so easy to travel with us. And when we went out, it was like, now she doesn't really need it, but in the newborn stage, she definitely loved it. And we would put it, take it with us, and it can attach anywhere. So we would like put it on the stroller, we put it on the car seat, we put it anywhere, pretty much anywhere. And it has adjustable, it can adjust to shorter or longer. And it was cheaper than the bigger ones as well. And the reason I say that this was a lifesaver is because if you guys watched our like what we learned as parents, or what we chose to do as parents video I think that was like a month ago or 2 months ago, we said that we chose not to sleep train. I'm not going to get into why, but we chose not to sleep train. And when I say sleep train, I mainly mean like the cry it out method. We chose not to do that. Instead, when we were trying to get Anna to sleep more and sleep through the night and have good quality sleep, we chose to lean on like trying to just gain a routine in sleeping, so that she could understand that, hey, when we do these things, it's time to sleep. And so one of the things we did in our routine was, when we would give her her night bottle, we turn on the sound machine, and she really grew accustomed to sleeping with the sound machine and having that comfort. And I just really like her sleeping with the sound machine too, because she's sleeping with like that meditation music, that calming music, and I just love that it creates that ambiance for her to sleep. And it made her sleep a little bit longer in those earlier stages, and she just really loves it. She still loves it, guys. If I put it on, she relaxes, but she doesn't need it. So when she was a newborn, she needed it. Like, she needed it. We would put on the sound machine and she'd go to sleep and she'd knock out, and that was part of her night routine. Now we don't put it on every night, but if she, sometimes we just put it on so she'll have the calming music in the background, and she doesn't need it. She'll sleep without it. But when she was a newborn, I would say from like 0 to 3 months, she needed this, and it was so easy to carry with us, especially when we did road trips with her, traveling with her, going out with her. This was way easier to carry than something else in our luggage, right? So that's why it's on my survival.